Alright, what is up guys? Today is finally the day. I'm gonna get the Miata bagged and back on the ground. I've been waiting for like 2 weeks now for the bags and they finally came in, so it's a nice day out. I'm ready to get right into it. Basically, all I have left to do is run the lines from the manifold out to each corner, and I have to run one line to the little trap down there. But other than that, everything in the car is set up and ready to go. I got everything set up inside for the coilovers, but before I do that, I wanted to show you guys some of the floor mats that I have in stock real quick. I got the checkered, I have some of the cherry blossoms, as well as the HKS. I got a bunch more on the Instagram page, so if you want to check those out, head over to that. I got the link in the description below. Other than that, I got a bunch of more parts here. I got some authentic JDM plates. Those are gonna be part of the next giveaway. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Now we're gonna go in here and check out what we have to do to get this done. So right here is the BC coilovers, and these are the coilover bags. Now basically what I'm gonna do is remove the top hat, take off the spring and all that. We're gonna keep this bottom collar, and then basically this part right here just threads right onto these, and then it seals using a little O-ring here on that middle shaft. I got some silicone grease that we're gonna use to seal it and all that, so should be pretty simple. I'm gonna start taking all this apart and get this thing done. All right, first things first, I just loosened this little dampening adjuster up, so I'm gonna take that out. Don't want to lose that. And then I also just went ahead and loosened this top bolt up already. Just have to take this off. It's kind of hard with one hand, but I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get this top hat off and see what we need to do from there. Just like that, got the top nut off. Gonna take this whole top hat off. Then we gotta take the spring off. And unlike stock suspension, you know, this isn't compressed or anything, so you don't have to worry about that blowing off and destroying your face. Have to remove all this as well. If we can get this off of here. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. Just like that, everything pops off pretty easily. I just unlock this top collar. I'm going to thread this off, and then I'm going to clean this area up really well that I need that to mount to. Alright, so I just got this thing all cleaned up super well. There's no dirt or anything in here, so it should seal pretty good. And I actually took a yellow marker and just marked the threads where that should sit. Basically from here, I just need to remove this little tiny C-clip on this little edge, and that's where the new O-ring is going to sit. I have to grease that up with the silicone so it seals properly. I'm also going to throw a little silicone on the inner side of that so that it seals nice to that. And then after that, we can basically put it back together. This is a new little O-ring. Just gonna grease it up real good. Get it on there nice and evenly. Don't want to do too little. Don't want to do too much though. Just a good coat. And then we're just gonna slide that on there. And that basically sits just like that. And then once we put this on there, it's going to seal on the inner part of right here. And then this will screw on and be good to go. Like I said, I'm also going to put a little grease on the inner part right here, just for some extra safety. Maybe along this as well. From there, I'm just going to put this right through here. And that's literally just going to screw on there.
Now I can't remember if I had to adjust the preload thing or not from before. I guess if this needs to be moved to seal all the way, I'll have to move it down a little bit. But yeah, I guess that line isn't going to matter too much that I drew. As long as you get this like pretty hand tight, then it should be good. Just like that, should be pretty good. Then I'll take my coilover tool and tighten that up on there. But other than that, just have to throw the little fitting on there and put the top hat back on, and this one will be done. Also, a quick little thing to note, that is, if you do plan on doing this, you definitely want to put this fitting in before you put the top hat back on. Otherwise, you're not going to have much room to thread it into place with that in the way, so definitely want to put these on first. Alright, I just got this first one all finished up. Got the little fitting there all sealed up. Hopefully it's sealed enough so it don't leak. Got the top hat back on there, so that's pretty much what it should look like when you're done. Got 3 more to go, and then we're going to get these on the car. Alright, so it's about an hour later now. Just got all of these wrapped up, got all the fittings in, all the top hats back on, and good to go. So basically now I just need to get these in the car and then run the lines to them. So my battery died while I was finishing the struts, but got them all in. It was a little more difficult than the regular coilovers just because that airbag is not very easy to move or anything, but got all those in now. Right now I need to start running all the lines. I'm basically just going to run them through these holes in the trunk right here. After that, should be good to go. Got my instructions out here and basically just have to follow the lines. So the first line that we'll plug into there will go out to the front left. The second one will go out to the front right. And then the third goes to the rear left, fourth to the rear right. This one's going to go into the little filter right there. And then I think the last one is just an exhaust thing. Figure that out, but I'm going to get all this line out now. Basically with this, you have this little cutter here that allows you to cut it perfectly straight, because you don't want to just cut this off with a blade or something. You really want to get it on there in a perfect angle. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand, but basically just slide it in there and then crimp it off, and then you got a straight edge. So what I like to do is start with the actual bag first. You take this little piece off that goes on the end up there, and then you just screw this in, and it kind of tightens the line around the little nipple there. And then from there you can bring it to the trunk and cut it off appropriately. Otherwise, if you cut this and you guess wrong, then you're going to be short on line, and that's not going to be good. And this is why I said you want to get that fitting in a spot where you can tighten it. Otherwise, if this was behind the bag or something, you would never be able to get to it. Just like that. That one is tight. And then I'm basically just going to run it down and probably along the frame rail where I have the neon lights. Got this mocked up real quick just to show you guys before I put it on there, but got that running pretty good. I'll probably throw a zip tie around it right there, and then it's just gonna go along here. I'll probably take these zip ties out and just redo it so this is all under one. And that should run back to the trunk pretty easily. Just like that, I got the first line done. It was pretty easy, honestly, and that'll never rub on the ground. Just got it mounted to where the neon lights are, and then I ran it up through here behind the other bag and then up into the trunk. Probably have a little room to pull it a little tighter, but after that you just clip it right into there and you're done. So I got 3 more sides to go, and then I got a couple other things to do. Alright, so I just got all the lines ran. Everything is hooked up and good to go. Unfortunately, my battery is dead. I think because I took the trunk off, and I don't know if I need to like push this latch or something because of the lights in there, but charging that up now. I think I'm just gonna throw the wheels on and then hope for the best, get this thing back on the ground, and hopefully we'll be done. Alright, I just got this thing on the ground. The tank is filling up. Basically doing the calibration, making sure everything is pressurized, make sure there's no leaks. So hopefully after that we'll be able to raise it and adjust it and pull it outside. Alright, here we go. We're getting some PSI. Waiting for this thing to calibrate. It's got to build up some pressure, and then it's gonna go up and down and set itself up. After that I'll be able to manually adjust it. Ride height right now is pretty much still the same. Think it's working. All right, I think we are all set. Doesn't look like we have any leaks so far, so that's good. I'm gonna raise the front up because it is super low right now. We're gonna pull this thing outside. Pulling her out.
No trunk?
Not right now, but it's working. I do need to download the app so I can do this from outside of the car on my phone, and I need to adjust all the height and everything right now because this thing will literally lay on the oil pan. But hell yeah. I think I'll have to maybe adjust the rear a little bit more, but that front is perfect. All right, so I just lowered the rears real quick. It only took about 10 minutes, and now it's sitting pretty perfect, honestly. We got about 2 inches of clearance in the front for the oil pan, so I definitely don't want to go any lower with that. Also, once I get the aero mounted, it's definitely going to look a lot lower, so for now, I'm happy with that. We got the perfect wheel gap right here. Eventually, I might go to a wider tire or something, but for now, it looks good. Super happy. No leaks or nothing, so mission accomplished. Well, that's it. My brother's here right now, so I'm gonna hang out with him a little bit, but thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, subscribe for more. Got the aero and stuff coming in this week, so definitely keep an eye out for that. And I will see you guys next time.